Hey everybody, welcome back. Today I wanted to discuss a little bit about, the decision to drive or not to drive in the Philippines. It's actually up to you. All foreigners that consider moving to the Philippines or just basic touring, may have the itch to want to get around on your own instead of having to rely on public transportation all the time and worrying about the taxi drivers or the jeepney drivers. Well, not the jeepney. The jeepneys are cool. They're pretty cheap and inexpensive. But the taxi drivers will some of them will try to take advantage of you and charge you extra pesos instead of the normal ride that you should tell them to turn on their meters so they don't get away with robbing you. But anyway, as far as the traffic situation goes, I've noticed in Manila so far, it's usually Fridays and Saturdays that traffic is the most busiest. It's like bumper to bumper. It takes like an hour and 30 minutes for you to get from one point to the next because the traffic is always jammed up. So you're better off, taking a taxi or a cab or whatever, like I am on any other day besides that. But my thing is, just looking at the traffic alone here, you can tell it's a little bit different from America. As far as for all my viewers that are American, we notice, that you have to follow the speed laws and everything, the traffic laws and all that, or the cops will be on you. Here in the Philippines, it's a little bit more relaxed on the traffic laws. As you can see, like if you're a motorcyclist, you come to a stop, most of them are all going in between the cars and everything. They're trying to move up to the front of the line. They're in between cars and buses and everything. And if somebody was to open a door, I'd worry about, one of those guys getting hurt or something. But not here. Not here. Here, the laws are very, very, very laxed off, like very relaxed, like they're not this strict. As a matter of fact, I would probably get a case of road rage if I was to drive here, because these guys can cut around you, they can cut through traffic, they can cut in front of you, and there is nothing really you can really do about it. You just let them get in front of you and they'll move over to the next lane or wherever they want to go. But they'll cut in front of you from the left or the right. They'll like try to overpass you or overtake your car on the left or the right. You heard me right. A driver will try to come around, cut you off if they need to get into your lane, and you can do the same to them. But nobody really seems to like get mad over this. I guess it's the norm over here with them. And as far as civilians go, some of them will walk right through traffic right in front of you as like you're going down a busy boulevard. I've seen people, they get a chance, they see an opening, they'll run across, or they'll just walk straight across holding their umbrellas and everything in the sunlight. Yeah, that's just pretty normal, and you got to slow down for the pedestrian either way. But that's just the way it goes. And just got to keep in mind, you're in their country, you're not in your country anymore. So I just wondered, a simple thing such as like someone cutting you off in the middle of traffic or whatnot. I asked the driver, I was like, has anybody ever got a case of road rage out here where they jump out of their car, go pull somebody out of their car and start beating them up? And they say, no, that is not allowed here. The police will come and they don't care who started the fight. You will both go to jail. And nobody wants to go to jail. So there goes the road rage. There's no road rage. Everybody just, if somebody wants to get in front of you, then you just let them go. Maybe they really need to get somewhere in a hurry or something. You never know. But as far as all the other traffic goes with the motorcyclist, Every time, like, say the traffic gets jammed or anything like that, they drive in between the cars to get up real close to the light. And I see they seem to get away with that. It looks to me like most people around here prefer to ride a scooter or a motorcycle because it's more convenient for them to get to somewhere faster. Say if there's a traffic jam or something, they can really go in between the cars and they're allowed to do it, and they can get away with it. And as far as the police are concerned, I don't see many of them out and about driving through traffic. Like maybe every once in a while you'll see a patrol car passing by, but they're not really occupied mostly with the traffic as far as pulling people over. I don't see many people, getting tickets or anything. What I do see is the police are mainly like on intersections. They'll be like giving certain details like blocking roads off that are under construction, or maybe they're in the middle of an interception that giving traffic signals, assisting traffic when it's really too busy. But not many police I see pull anybody over for like riding in between cars or anything or passing. I got to keep in mind I am in the Philippines. This isn't America, so they're allowed to pass you on both sides, so that's not illegal. So the like I said, the traffic laws here are very lenient when it comes to the drivers. Now, me personally, I will not drive here. I'm sorry. I will most likely get road rage. Somebody cuts me off, I'm quick to just, start cussing and everything. But I'm like, you know what? This isn't my country. I don't understand all their traffic laws or all their traffic signs. I mean, I know enough to obey the speed limit, but my thing is, no matter how careful a driver you are, and we do this in the States, no matter how careful you are, it's always the other drivers you got to worry about. And one lady even told me, because I'm actually staying next to a driving school here in the Philippines, and she said, basically, yeah, I told her the same thing. I worry about other drivers. She says, you don't have any idea how many times I have had scratches on both sides of my cars. And this was all totally done by the motorcyclist. This is from them cutting in between and out of traffic, in between, the cars while waiting at a red light. One of them will, smudge against your car or something or dent it. And you know how that goes in America. Someone dents your car, you're jumping out, and you're like, hey, what the. Here, it's like they don't really care, Everybody needs to get somewhere. You got half of these guys riding down the street, giving people rides. They're like doing their job as far as like, kind of like an Uber, but it's called Grab. And if they have a box on the back of their seats, they're actually transporting food, like a DoorDash or Uber Eats, but they call it Grab, and there's other app companies out there, but they don't have DoorDash and Uber Eats here, but they have pretty much just the same kind of thing going on when it comes to the drivers. A lot of taxi cabs, a lot of private drivers, because a lot of tourists, we get here, we don't really want to drive, and that's understandable. I mean, why would I want to, worry about someone hitting me and I'm trying to save money over here? Well, that's one of the main reasons I wouldn't drive over here. I'd rather just get a taxi driver or a shuttle bus or one of the jeepneys. Like it's in the States where I'm from, we call them jitneys, but the jeepneys, they only got one spot that you could come in and enter the vehicle, and that's through the back. And they're very small, tight little positions where people sit in the back of what seems to be a little kind of truck. They, when it's time for them to get off, they, signal the driver, hey, stop here, and they climb out the back. Well, anyway, I don't think I'll be taking jeepneys, but I'm pretty fine with taxis and shuttle buses for right now. But that's it for me so far. I've arrived back at my destination, and thanks for listening to me today on this subject. If you like what you heard, thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Have a good day.